back to the channel, everybody. I hope you're doing well on this Saturday evening. I am going to do a reaction video with Joe Rogan and Michael Malice. I have not watched this video, so this is going to be a fresh reaction, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion and try to keep everything cool. If you do enjoy the content, this is a small channel, so please smash that subscription button. I know everybody always says it in their videos, but I am trying to grow this channel and give you a little bit more content, from reactions to gameplay to everything opinion related, and to try to stay even on all sides and just give a true opinion, whether or not you agree with it or not. That is your beautiful right as a human to be able to express that in the comments, like or dislike, or ever how you feel about it. So let's go ahead and check into this video and let's watch it together and see what they say.
So everybody forever was like, Kamala Harris is the worst vice president. She's the least popular vice president of all time. And then in a moment in time, all of a sudden she's our solution. She's our hero. Everybody's with her. All these social media posts about her. Try Googling a negative story on her. You won't find one.
So,
ta-da!
Okay, you've got me started, Officer Harris.
Oh, God. So first things first, I'm going to keep letting it play, but if anybody doesn't know or hasn't listened to Michael Malice, he's an anarchist. He's not a Republican or a Democrat. He is not a Trump fan by any stretch of the imagination. So anything that he says, he's definitely not a Trump supporter. I've heard him in many other podcasts, and he says a lot of things that I don't agree with. But, you know, he says some things that makes me think. So that's why I like listening to him. What Joe just said about Kamala is 100% true, though. If you don't agree with that, then you're not being honest with yourself. So let's go ahead and move on.
They've been doing this live for years. So in 2019, our pal Tulsi absolutely nuked her in that second debate. And if you looked at charts at the time,
Tulsi Gabbard,
she's kind of, Officer Harris is like doing okay. First debate she comes out, Joe Biden, you're a racist. The Democrats were looking for an alternative to Bernie Sanders that wasn't Biden. She starts going up in the polls, right? Second debate comes out, Tulsi, being a good Hawaiian, knows how to roast the pig, just completely slams her. Not only that, she has no counterpunch. She goes on Anderson Cooper and she's like, well, I'm a top tier candidate, so of course people are going to take shots at me. That's her answer. She immediately starts going down in the polls. It's that day. You can see it on the chart I have on my Twitter. All the articles at the time that did an autopsy on Kamala Harris's failed campaign didn't mention Tulsi once.
Yeah.
It was BBC,
wow,
LA Times, Reuters, New Yorker. A guy from the Washington Post just did a piece.
So a lot of people forget that Tulsi got up and was running. Like, she ran and debated people, Tulsi Gabbard, before she switched and said, I'm done with the Democratic Party. She was actually, what's funny is when she was still a Democrat, she was one of the moderates that people were like, yeah, if I wouldn't vote for a Republican, I would vote for Tulsi. So that's very interesting in 2019. That's interesting stats. I do like Tulsi Gabbard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like a huge hella fan of her, but I do enjoy listening to her talk and stuff.
Looking back on her campaign, didn't mention Tulsi either.
They
completely pretend it didn't happen.
Well, it just shows you that what they're looking for is not what they say they're looking for.
Yes.
Correct.
Because she is a strong woman.
Right.
She is a person who served overseas twice. She in a medical unit, so she got to see people blown up by the war. She is she was a congresswoman for 8 years.
Yeah.
She is a person of color. She's everything you want.
Yeah.
All those things you want.
But
And
she's
yet
not
you don't want her.
because she's not for war.
Yes.
Correct.
Well,
Ooh, she's not for war. You notice that didn't have anything to do with Democrat or Republican. What did he say? That's why the Democrats didn't want her. That's why the Republicans didn't want her. She's not for war. That's a tough take. Again, Michael Malice would just say shit. He doesn't care. Onward.
Want to play ball. There's a game that's being played. And if you're like, hey, you're not supposed to fucking move the ball. Like, oh, look at this bitch over here. Like, get out of here. You're going to fuck up our game.
Ooh.
It's not real democracy. It's controlled parties.
Did you see that piece by Seymour Hersh that dropped over the weekend about the coup?
Yes.
Is he related to Seymour Butts?
Explain to people what Seymour Hersh...
Sorry.
I don't know if he's right. He seems to be right a lot, and he was
Sorry.
right about the Nord Stream pipeline, right?
What I was saying, and a lot of other people were saying, is the big issue is how do you get Biden out of the White House? So here's Biden's case. He's like, look, I got Trump out of the White House last time. I'm only behind 2 or 3 points in the polls.
Okay.
Kamala's
Fair.
polling worse than me in like 8 out of 10 polls. I won these delegates. Why the hell should I back down? And that's a very solid case.
Yes.
Jill, for the first time in her life, people care about her. She matters.
No,
As Hunter
she
put
doesn't.
it, I have it exactly here. She's a selfish, silly, entitled cunt. That was how Hunter described her.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the?
And then all the public pressure, Biden, you got to drop out, Biden got to drop out, Biden got to drop out. Nancy Pelosi's a gangster. I wouldn't want to fuck with her. I wouldn't want to fuck with Mitch McConnell. These people don't mess around. And everyone said, or a lot of people said, they're going to have to go to threats. Because why else would he step down? He's earned it, that presidency, and he's earned the nomination.
But if there was ever a time to invoke the 25th Amendment, wouldn't you think this is the time?
Sure, but I don't think then hold on. Here's the thing. Let's talk about this. So Seymour Hersh, who's been around DC since the 60s.
Okay, quick stop, guys. What he just said is Nancy Pelosi and all these, it's the people that aren't at the top, what we think about at the top, but they're just a little bit down there. You remember that last video I posted when we started off talking about Dick Cheney, who was the vice president? He wasn't the president, but he was down here. But everybody knew that with Dick Cheney's connections to all the... I don't even know if I want to say it on a video. He might come in my door and shoot my ass in the face. But all the military shit that he had connections to, it's like, dude, people have power, so you have to learn to fall in place. And maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
I believe he wrote The Dark Side of Camelot, if I'm not mistaken. He had a thing on his Substack that goes, Biden got the call, and it was Obama,
Right.
Pelosi, former Speaker of the House, Chuck Schumer, Majority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries, current House Minority Leader, leader of the Democrats in the House, and they said, we got Kamala on board to invoke the 25th. If you don't drop the nomination, you know that's going to happen. The thing is, you were saying they're not invoking the 25th. He's still president.
Right, but I'm saying if there was a time that they were going to do that, this would be that time.
It was that time 4 years ago.
Right, but
it's been that time.
But clearly now, right?
Well,
more than ever before.
Why? Because it's public?
No, it's deteriorating.
I don't think he's gotten that much worse.
Oh, he's gotten a lot worse. There's a video that compares him from 2019 to 2024. It's a marked difference.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a big difference between 2022 and 2024. There's like a 2.5-hour compilation of the campaign in 2020 where he forgets Obama's name.
Yeah, that's true. He had those gaffes back then, but they're constant now.
He's gotten worse. He has gotten worse.
He was fine to State of the Union. I think it's like sundowning, you know, like
Okay.
That's...
You think there's a body double?
That guy walked very differently.
Oh no, we're not going there, dude. We're not going there.
I saw that.
Okay.
Jonesing today.
This is gonna be funny.
Yeah.
No,
This is gonna be conspiracy.
Okay.
And he walks way better. Like, as someone who, like, you watch Biden walk, he had a stiffness. Like death was coming for him.
And before everyone freaks out, has their mousetraps on their heads go off, I think there should be more presidential body doubles because one president almost got murdered. So if we have ways to keep them safe, let's use them.
Okay, that's a good thing to say.
That's...
We cover our ass there. And now here's another thing to say. In the interest of national security, let's imagine a scenario where Biden is deathly ill and Kamala is not really capable of taking over as president right now. And there is...
Well, no. Why is she not capable of taking over president? She's the vice president of the United States of America. That should not be... That shouldn't even be... No, get out of here with that.
Speaker of the House. So Nancy Pelosi... No, who's it now?
Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson, right? So that would be him next. So that's a dangerous moment in terms of national security. Even though everyone knows that Biden's, really having problems.
Yes.
Not actually running the show.
It's not a cheap fake. Yes.
I could see why they would want to use some body doubles for that.
Of course.
If the guy's in a hospital somewhere. But this guy, let's look at it. Because this guy,
please play it.
He don't walk like him. He's taller than him. It looks like he gained, went back in time 7 or 8 years.
This is the Weekend at Bernie's prequel.
Well, this is like master gaslighting and propaganda. Is what it is. Like they show you that there's, what was it in 2000 and I forget what year it was, where I believe it was during the Obama administration. Look at the size of this guy.
This isn't the
He's
clip I saw.
so much bigger.
What the
Look how
fuck?
big he is. He's so much bigger than Joe. He's so much bigger.
Oh no!
Like he gained a legitimate 6 inches. Look how tall he looks. Look at it.
Wait, Jamie,
The
there's one
she's
on
wearing heels as well.
Jamie, there's one on Scott Adams' Twitter.
This is from his Twitter.
Oh,
But let's
no,
watch.
it's the one he's walking to the helicopter.
Let's watch this again. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
That's another one. That's a similar one too, where you see one more time. Let's
I
see him
can't
walk again. So like, look how much bigger he is than Jill.
Holy shit!
He
yeah.
towers over her. He didn't used to
I
tower
didn't see
over
this
her.
one
Nah.
before I saw the other one.
And also, if you look at her, she's wearing high heels. See?
Oh wow, yeah, you're
See
right.
her high heels? Okay, and he's towering over her. That is a much taller person.
That person is tall as shit, bro.
So maybe they hooked him up with some fucking secret sauce that's going to keep him going, and he'll be back. Maybe
Fair.
they have ability to
Fair.
Go back like biologically,
Oh
take you back
wow! Oh
a
wow!
decade or two. Yeah.
She was behind him though.
Giant
Well,
difference.
hold
in
on.
height.
Is that because she could be behind him? So
Yeah.
No, listen, she also has high heels on, man.
No, but on the left, it could be that she's standing.
No. That's a different human.
There's
Look at the size
the
difference.
No. Look at the coat. Look at the coat. But okay, y'all can see my mouse. Look at how his hands come down. His elbows. Okay, that would be the same. His elbows come down. They're right here at the opening of his jacket. That's the same. No, his elbow is. Look how far below the opening of his jacket is here. And then when he bends his arm, it would be down here. If he were to bend his arm from here, it would be up here. The jacket, maybe it's the jacket, I don't know. But I can promise you that same tailor did not make, there was two different tailors that made these jackets. That did not come from the same store. Look how low this jacket is. It's down here, man. Yo, that's crazy.
The torso.
them walking to the helicopter is the one where it looked really.
Go back to
different
that, please. Look at the size differences in the torsos themselves, from the top of his shoulders to where.
Oh, look how many buttons! Yeah, look at the white of the shirt.
Yes, just look at the size difference. Look how much longer that human is on the left. Now it may be Biden. Listen,
He keeps calling him that human. I'm sorry, that's hilarious to me.
they might have some wild shit that brings you back from the dead.
But
Like medical science is getting there's some people out there working on some wild stuff.
But do you know?
Maybe they just fucking jolting him up with some Wolverine juice. He's
Do
like,
you- well, Wolverine juice is going to make you taller. But here's the thing. In the same way in the 60s, if you sat on the show and said Liberace's gay, people would yell at you because
Right.
you've never seen him sucking a dick.
right.
People right now will be like, it's impossible. Why would they do a body double?
No, I
That's
don't think
ridiculous.
they would be. I don't think they would be anymore.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think there's a lot of people listening right now who think you're crazy?
My parents. But like regular people,
Your
no.
parents don't listen to this show. They got shit to do.
No, they don't. But if they did, they're boomers.
Of
They're
course.
full on. They're full on.
Not listen to
Like
this.
you got to keep Trump out of the White House. What you're seeing right here, it really looks like a different person. Now, why are we saying that? Because it actually does look like a different person.
It does.
We're not making something up. Okay,
No.
I don't do that. I don't pretend. I don't lie. I'm not a type of person that looks at something like that and like I have a propaganda thing I'm trying to push. Like when people say this version of Joe Biden is the best version ever.
Ooh.
Intellectually,
Who's he talking about?
I'm telling you, he's on point. That's not real, right? I don't do that.
We were also told for years
why.
that
Somebody
these
did
are
that.
selectively edited clips and deep fakes. That's
No,
why.
no, they call them cheap fakes.
Yeah,
Cheap fakes, and see, that's where the bullshit is. Sorry, I keep stopping it, but I'm giving commentary. Yeah, that's where they fucked up, is all the videos that came out with Joe Biden falling down or stumbling in his speeches and stuff. They were like, that's fake. That's been edited by the Republicans. Like, no, dude. No, it wasn't. And then you have Joe Scarborough coming on here. This is the best Joe Biden ever. Shut the fuck up, dude. You know you're lying. Stop towing the company line and be honest. If you're a journalist, just be honest, man. Just be honest. If you're at Fox News and you keep towing the company line and you're jerking off about everything that Trump says, he says something that isn't true, just be honest and say this part wasn't true for whatever reason. But yeah, Joe Scarborough really fucked up with that one. He really fucked up with that comment. 100%. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry for the F-bombs. But that is 100% true. Go and watch the video. That is one of his worst commentaries ever. That disqualifies him from any credibility from here on out, in my opinion.
Fakes, excuse
That's what
me.
she's
yes,
calling them cheap.
yes.
First of all, it's very expensive technology.
What
Took a
was
lot of money to produce.
the cope with the debate? First, I heard people say it was the fault of the lighting. I don't know what kind of lighting, unless it's some kind of space
It was
lasers.
after his bedtime.
But what kind of lighting makes you say we beat Medicare? Then people said the mic was fucked up. Well, if your mic is fucked up, why can't you breathe? So it was amazing how all the explanations didn't explain what we all saw with our
Well,
own
we
eyes.
can't gaslight. We got on. I know everyone's doing this because this is how everyone's done this. I don't think you can do it this way anymore.
No, what I'm saying is,
No,
for
they
George
skipped.
Soros to be anti-Semitic,
That wasn't me. That was the
If
video.
you're going after Officer Harris, you're either racist or sexist or ableist.
Right.
So they will use.
Ableist.
Yeah, because she's a
if you-
retard. She's literally retarded. I mean, Ukraine is a country in Europe, and Russia is another country, and a powerful country, and Russia invaded Ukraine, and that's wrong.
What's really important is what can be unburdened by what has been.
I think of her as America's wine mom. Because bitch seems like she's 3 deep by noon, and she's got the 3 phases of wine mom. She's got happy drunk. Oh my god, this cereal.
When the last video I was talking about, the guy mentioned that she reminds him of someone that was given a book report on a book they didn't read, and it just clicked in my mind. I never thought about that shit, and I'm being 100% honest. This is a true reaction. I'm not lying. What Malice just said, that's America's wine mom. She acts just like a mom that's a bottle and a half in. She's going to get them votes. She's going to get them wine mom votes.
Cereal's got a rabbit on it. It's so great. Cackling, cackling, cackling. Then there is
Yup.
trying to drunk at work, where you're trying to make sense but you don't. Space is around us all and unites us all and inspires us all. And then there's I'm being stern so you don't realize how plastered I am. And
Ooh.
I'm making a point.
Yep.
That little girl was me. Now I'm going to go upstairs and don't knock on the door because I'm going to pass out. So those are her 3 ways she talks, and those are the wine mom phases.
Do you think they have her medicated? Because there was a guy that was speculating that some of the things that she says, the way she's sort of disconnected sometimes.
I don't
some of
think
these
she's
rambles,
medicated.
that's
I don't
indicative of certain anti-anxiety medication. I do not know if this is true. See if
No,
you can
I
find that,
wouldn't.
'cause really
That
shouldn't
would
say
make
that
course I
about
don't.
that would
our
make
future president.
Yeah, yeah.
She's gonna win.
No, she's not.
She can win.
She absolutely can win. I do
Yeah.
not think she's going to win because the more she talks, like in 2020, how bad do you have to be that you can't even make Iowa? She couldn't even compete with the
Oh.
mayor of South Bend.
True. See,
I
that's
feel like we are.
people completely forget about that. And this is why I said in the other video that people aren't voting for her, they're voting against Trump. She got 0 delegates. Nobody wanted her at all. So I agree, people are going to vote for her to beat Trump. If I hated Trump with every ounce of my body, I would do the same shit. But, dude, come on now.
in this very bizarre time where people are giving in to the bullshit in a way that I never suspected people would before. And
We
this is
saw this
one,
in
they just want no Trump, no matter what, and they're willing to gaslight themselves.
Yes.
And by the way, I think Hillary could win. If Hillary jumped back in,
I've been saying that for months.
if Hillary jumped back
Interesting.
in, I think the problem was also the money. Because there was it was like $250 million in the campaign.
We
fund
just said that last
Right, it
video.
works if
Right,
she's on the ticket.
right.
So that's part of the problem. But I feel like Hillary could win. Like, she won the popular vote in 2020.
Hillary,
Or in
I've been saying
2016,
this for a year in different shows, and she would have won in pretty
Michelle Obama could win too.
Oh.
if she
She
wanted
can.
to do it. You don't think so?
Easily.
I don't.
Yo!
I think
People don't say that. The reason that it ain't a big deal is because she isn't interested in running, which she shouldn't be. A normal person in Michelle Obama's shoes should not be trying to run for office. She should be trying to enjoy her life away from politics. But if you don't think that Michelle Obama could jump into where Kamala Harris is right now and win, bro, come on. Yes. Any Republican would even admit that. I mean, come on now, be honest.
You sound like your parents. I think it says boomer idea. She doesn't want it.
I'm not saying that she would be awesome at it,
No,
but I
I
think
think anyone can win of either party,
Yes.
whoever the nominee is. Like
Right.
even Chris Christie could have won if he's the Republican nominee. It's
I would have
possible.
thought that Trump getting shot would that's it, election's over. But it's like they
No, no, no.
memory hold that so quick.
You would have thought Trump getting shot would have had 8 years of corporate journalists talking about hate speech causing violence to be like, let's take a step back. And that went for what, a week?
a
They
week.
did take a step back
For
for
a
a little
week.
bit,
For a week.
and then they went right back at him.
You want to talk about this memory holding?
Yeah.
With the insanity of the who's that? That was Elon who put up, like, if you Google President Donald, it says President Donald Reagan.
No, I tried it.
What happened?
Maybe they fixed it. It said President Donald Trump.
Okay. Well, he had a screenshot, so I'm sure he
Yeah,
didn't Photoshop
no.
that.
I mean, it's based on a lot of things, right? Like what people are searching for. I would imagine that the assassination attempt on Trump would be the first one that you would see.
Right.
Yeah.
Assassination attempt on president
Right.
would be Trump because that's the most recent,
Yes.
but it's not.
And most newsworthy.
But it does show it. You just have to type it all in, which is interesting because that little difference between what you can find and what you get presented immediately has a huge shift in the way people access information. And this is Robert Epstein's work.
The creepy line, the documentary. Everyone should watch it.
Yeah, and this thing is very real. And what it is like if you try to Google certain
Here we go.
negative stories, like negative stories on people, it will overwhelm you with positive stories. It'll take a long time before you get to the negative stories.
Yeah, how he explained it is here's how they can tip the scale.
Yeah.
If I Google Hillary Clinton, and I have it so Google gives fairly positive stories about Hillary as the first 10 results, you're not going to go to the second page. If
Nope.
I Google Donald Trump and Google gives you 7 negative stories, it's going to move the needle a little bit toward her
Quite a
and
bit.
against him. Yeah.
Quite a bit. Like if you're a person who's on the fence, you're like, maybe Donald Trump's
What
not
the
a
fuck
bad
did he
guy.
pull out of his
And then
mouth?
you Google him, and then you start reading some of these like pieces that they've written about him. It'll change your perspective.
You really think she's going to win?
I'm saying it because she could. I'm not saying it
She of
because I
course
think
could.
she's going to, and I'm not saying
She
because I
could.
want her to. I'm just being honest. Like I could see her winning.
I think she's going to lose a lot of the black male vote.
Really, that's
I don't think
interesting.
they're going to go in the booth and pull the lever for her like they did for Biden, who was Obama's boy.
Wow. Okay. So there was a lot to break down in that video. If you did stick around to the end of this video, I do appreciate it. Again, this is about commentary and opinions, so I'm not trying to jump on one side of the fence or the other. I have my own opinions in politics. This is just about reacting to what I heard. Facts versus the gaslighting part. And for this particular video, there was some funny shit in there. There was also some truth. And the gaslighting thing is about when people continuously say shit that everybody knows is false, but they try to push it as their agenda. And it just pisses people off. And I can see where they're coming from, and I understand that. And again, you know, if you've never heard of Michael Malice before, I can see how you could watch this interview and be like, oh, he's a pro-Trump guy, or etc. But he's not. And Joe's actually getting his balls broke by Trump now because he gave RFK Jr. props. I might look at that video tomorrow. So everything can change in a very short amount of time. So the key to the story is, you know, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Because what you see today might not be what you see tomorrow. At any rate, thank you guys for watching the video. Please feel free to sub and like the video. Even if you don't like the content of this, you know, hopefully you like my opinion and my feedback. And yeah, take care. Have a blessed weekend. Peace out.